Do you ever wake up and check your SaaS, but don't see any new people using it? It seems like no matter what your advertising channel is, like creating content, paid ads, outreach, or even Reddit commenting, it might feel like nothing works. Well, I want you to do one thing: stop advertising. There's most likely a reason why it's not working. And in this video, you'll learn why you need to stop advertising for now and do something else first. How to get more users for your SaaS with a simple 3-step plan, and how this plan can work for any SaaS so you can get the results you want. So how can you get more people to use your SaaS without changing your advertising channel? Before you advertise, there's something important you need to do. Here's how it works. Imagine you have a big tank of water. The more water in the tank, the more your SaaS is growing. Now imagine there's a fountain at the top of a hill. Your goal is to get water from the fountain to the tank. This is like how you're advertising right now. So you climb the hill, you get a few drops of water, run back down the hill, and finally put a little water in your little bucket. You do this again and again, going uphill both ways. What a tiring day. But in reality, this costs a lot of time and money. So instead, what if you took some time to build a pipe that automatically sends water straight to the tank? That's the new way to advertise that we're going to talk about. But you need to stop the old way for a bit and take time to build this pipe. Then you can go back to advertising. But you need to make your system better first. That's why you need to stop advertising. Once you fix it, then you can really go all out on advertising. So how do we fix it? Well, there are actually 3 things you need to do. If you follow these 3 easy steps, your advertising channel will work better no matter what it is. Have you ever wondered the best way to get customers? Well, it actually has nothing to do with advertising channel you use. To illustrate this, here are some jars. Each jar is a different audience. The more water they have, the more likely they are to buy. Now, we've been told that more people means more sales. So what do SaaS founders do? They try to get all of these different groups interested. The problem is they spread their SaaS too thin, and then no one wants to buy it. What we really want to do is focus on one jar. But how do we know which jar to choose? Well, step 1 is to aim for the people who will get the most out of your SaaS. To do that, figure out the main problem your SaaS solves. Then figure out who would benefit the most from the result your SaaS provides. But how do we get those perfect customers to buy our SaaS? Well, that takes us to step number 2, and it works like this. Imagine you own a restaurant that only serves sardines, nothing else. Now, let's say you're talking to a crowd of people and you only talk about how great steak is. If you keep talking about steak, you'll attract more steak lovers. But if your restaurant is all about sardines, then you'll end up turning away the sardine lovers who need their sardine fix. Terrible. You see, how you advertise is like your stage. But if what you say in your content, ads, outreach, etc. doesn't match your perfect customer, it won't work very well, even if lots of people see it. That's because steak lovers show up, but there's no steak. And sardine lovers will walk away because they don't care. So how do we fix this? Well, step number 2 is this. You need better messaging and positioning. This means only having one main idea. Ask yourself, what's the main desire that my readers want, and how does my product give them that? Your SaaS solves a problem, so you should talk about that problem in your advertising and connect what your potential customers really want to the result your SaaS will give them. So now we have a target group with messaging that speaks to them. In other words, we built the water pipe. So now it's time to advertise again. Yay! But before I show you the 3rd step, ask yourself, what if your SaaS was instantly shown to a perfect customer who really needs what you offer, has the money to buy it, is the best fit for you, and can make decisions? If you do it right, they would probably buy. Well, you can have this scenario, and here's how it works. If you plant a seed, you can make sure it grows by watering it, using better soil, changing where it is, the environment. So it's not, will this seed grow? It's, how well can I make this grow? That's how you advertise. So it's about how well you do it, not just how many people you reach. So step 3 is to keep advertising by following the other steps and then just doing more of it. Do you see how we needed to stop advertising before? If you kept going, you would have wasted a lot of time and money on unqualified prospects. In other words, you would have been going back and forth, getting water from the fountain to the tank. it would have just been very ineffective. But now we have built this pipe that, yes, did take some effort at first. But once you set it up, it makes advertising so much easier. And of course, that doesn't eliminate the fact that, yes, you still have to advertise. But now you have a more streamlined way of doing it. But now that we have a target audience and messaging that speaks to them, we can advertise more than ever before. But how do you know if your advertising channel is actually the best one? Well, watch this video next, where I list the only 5 ways to advertise that you need to know, and the big mistake I see SaaS founders make when they pick how to advertise.